Please tell us a little about yourself. How long you have been in Thailand and what brought you to Phuket?
I came to Thailand in 1995. Lived in Bangkok for 3 years, worked as a writer for a couple of newspapers, edited a magazine. Really loved Bangkok, but I didn't like the pollution or the traffic. And so after 3.5 years, Phuket beckoned.
You've started boat shows, regattas, and publishing companies but are now focused on Southeast Asia Pilot, a comprehensive guide to cruising in Southeast Asia. Please tell us how that came about.
Okay, well, it's quite a long and complicated story. First of all, a boat show rather than boat shows. I don't want to exaggerate what we've done. I started getting involved in yachting with the King's Cup Committee back in 98, 99. There I met a gentleman called Andy Dowden, who was also on the committee. He became a business partner of mine in my publishing company, which was Image Asia. We then went on to start the boat show, the Phuket Boat Show, together. We then started a regatta together, Phuket Race Week. Andy just happened to be one of the authors of the original Sail Thailand book, which was the precursor of Southeast Asia Pilot. He and his co-author were looking for another publisher, and that's where I came in. I knew Andy very well, I knew his co-author quite well. So we got together and we formed a new publishing title, which was Andaman Sea Pilot. We ran that for a couple of editions, but then as we started to spread outside of the Andaman Sea, it became necessary to rename it Southeast Asia Pilot.
Please tell us a little about process of publishing Southeast Asia Pilot. When do you start putting a new issue together? How long does it take and who helps you put it together?
It takes us about a year or more to put each edition together. That's because we're all part-timers. We have other jobs, other businesses to run. And we fit the Southeast Asia Pilot in as something of a labour of love in between. So we start, about a year ahead. We start gathering together the new information. We have lots of sources all over the region. Experts, people who are running charter yachts, people who spend a lot of time cruising in the areas. So we get a lot of input from people outside. We then amass all the information together, combine it with what we know, and then get the texts together. Then we start updating the charts, which is one of my particular roles. All the charts in the book are updated to make sure they reflect reality as far as possible at the time of publishing. Then the editing process is basically me. I lay the book out, I edit, and send it to a printer. The whole thing, as I said, takes about a year before the books arrive. And the current edition, very timely, arrived just before COVID.
What do you think it is about Southeast Asia that makes it such a great cruising destination and a super place to enjoy the leisure marine life?
Southeast Asia, particularly the area around Phuket and Thailand, doesn't have extremes of weather. So people can sail here all year round. There are no hurricanes. If you go further east, you get into the typhoon areas. But certainly around Malaysia, parts of Indonesia and Thailand, you can cruise all year round. You don't have to worry about extreme weather. The people are incredibly friendly. The food is fantastic. The pace of life is just to dream for. It is one of the best, if not the best, cruising ground in the world for those reasons.
What would you like the Thai government do to further entice more sailors, boats and superyachts to Thailand?
Well, I'd like to start by saying that since I became involved in this business in the early 2000s, the Thai government has made massive improvements in the situation for the leisure yacht industry. The result of that is full marinas and burgeoning, blooming business in repairing yachts, in servicing yachts, in yacht charter and so on. There's still room to improve. And one of the areas that it would be great to see some movement in is regarding bareboat charter. Currently, bareboat charter is a grey area but it's never quite clear if it's permissible or not for somebody to come here with a competent captain's ticket, rent a boat as you would rent a self-drive Hertz car or Avis car, and go off and have a holiday for a couple of weeks with your family. That area needs to be cleared up, ideally, because this is one of the best opportunities for growth in the charter sector. It doesn't need massive personnel, it doesn't need massive money because people drive their own boats. On top of that, it would be really good if the government could recognise an international certificate, as many countries across Europe and the rest of the world do. That would level the playing field in terms of competency. It would be easier for charter companies to say, okay, this guy's got this certificate, he must be okay. The remaining area is super yachts, and I personally don't think I'm the right guy. I'm not qualified to comment on where we are with super yacht charter at the moment. I know that the TYBA has been working hard and long in trying to get super yacht licenses. I believe we're somewhere on the road, but I don't think we're quite there yet.
What is the best way for people to contact you?
A good starting point is our fantastic website, which has got all the information that the book contains, but in low resolution pictures and low resolution charts. But all the information's there. It's also the point of contact to buy the book. You can mail order the book directly on the website. We now have an ebook, a digital version, with security on use, so we're finally able to sell an ebook. You can order both of those through the website. Alternatively, you can go to Amazon, and we're for sale on Amazon as a Kindle book and as a paper book. Otherwise, you can contact me directly at gren@southeastasiapilot.com. You can see that on the screen below. And our website is www.southeastasiapilot.com.